Good morning, everyone. This is Black Forest coming to you with another market analysis video. This morning, we're going to be looking at the British Pound USD. But before we get started to break down this currency pair, we have to state that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, we know why you guys are here. You guys are here was to find good, credible Forex content that can help you improve your ability as a trader and to help put a little bit of extra money in your pocket, all right? Now, before we break down what's physically happening on the chart, let us discuss the fundamentals of what exactly is happening with each currency, respectively. Let's start with the British pound. Okay. Now, the UK is suffering from actually higher inflation than the US, and their gas prices are much, much higher per gallon than it is in the US. And this is starting to have a very negative effect on the economy. And also, the sanctions that they put on Russia that they thought was going to hurt Russia did hurt them a lot worse than it actually even hurt the EU. Okay, so we're in a situation where that we are having very positive, good signs of peace talks. That's looking like a ceasefire is going to be coming out between this Russian-Ukrainian incident. Okay, which should bring strength to the major three European currencies, which is the euro, the CHF, and the British pound. But the British pound did have some poor economic news come out over it last night. Had poor economic news come out at the latter part of trading week. And this poor economic news is more of a reflection of the inflation that's affecting their economy than anything else. Okay. So even if these peace talks do start to become very, very promising, then we'll be in a situation where, okay, the peace talks is promising, but there's a lot of mild confidence happening coming back to the European continent's economy. But the situation is you still have this overall dark cloud of inflation hanging over your country. Okay, so until the UK government starts to take a more aggressive stand to try to take economic measures or policies in place to get the economy rolling, we're going to continue to see a weaker British pound. Okay. Now with the US dollar, we are seeing that the US dollar is picking up strength heading into this trading week, into this trading day. That this is due to the economic policies and measures and interventions in place along with the increase in interest rate is combating inflation very aggressively and very expeditiously, and we'll start to see the drop down in prices on everyday consumer goods in the stores pretty soon. And on top of that, the gas prices are starting to go down, and the gas prices starting to go down is allowing consumers to have more money in their pocket because they're spending less money at the gas tank, and more money that they have in their pocket means that they have more money to spend in the stores. More money that's spending in the stores causes the economy to grow, which causes the US dollar to get stronger. But if gas continues to go up, that means that there will be less money for consumers to spend in the stores. The economy will stagnate or actually start to shrink. Inflation will continue to increase, and the US dollar will lose all of its strength that it's gained since the opening of this trading week, and it will actually start to become much weaker than it has been over the last past several trading weeks. Okay? So now that we got all that out the way, let's see what's going on with the chart now. Okay? We've been coming down. This is basically since the start of the Ukrainian incident, coming down, coming down, coming out. We did pick up some, and we did drop down some. As I stated, we were going to drop down to this general area here. And as I stated, we were going to pick up in price. We may get as high as here or as high as here before two things are happening. We'll either start to range down or we'll start to probably drop back down again. Okay. Now, even though these talks that's happening with Ukraine and Russia are turning positive, we are getting a lot more positive things happening towards the USD gaining strength than the Great British Pound. Okay, so like I stated, we were going to drop down here, and we're having some retracement up here, but we may get as high as this area here, or stay around this general area here, range out, then start to come down. Okay, now is it going to be price turnover? Only way we can have price turnover is if the US dollar totally reverses everything that it has been doing from an economic standpoint. And that doesn't seem too likely because it looks like the government and the Fed is taking a very strong position in battling inflation. Okay. And plus, there's not a lot of strength to pick up with the Great British Pound due to the UK's laissez-faire approach on what they're doing to combat its inflation. So, for the most part, like we said, we had this pathetic push up, we had this push down. We got down to the general area that we said we were going to in yesterday's video, and now we're starting to pick up price some. We may get as high as here or stay in this general area here as we range out and then continue to go back down. Okay? I hope that information was helpful for you guys. Happy trading.